the university offered me to not teach the rest of the semester and beyond that to heal. But I turned down that offer because I felt a great need to be back in the classroom and to be the mentor that I am for my students. I felt that they needed me and I needed them. The ground, my certainties, my beliefs, everything had been shattered, and it felt as though there was no solid ground under me. And I'm sure my students felt the same way. And instead of hiding in my house in one room and think continuously about what had happened, I felt the best way to healing was to pick up the pieces together with my students, as if some crystal vase had shattered and we needed all to pick it up together and glue it together as best as we could. I didn't take attendance anymore the rest of the semester, but I found value in having them do the same rituals we did every day to bring back a sense of normalcy. When we were approaching the end of the semester, I was feeling, by then I was undergoing therapy at the MSU Counseling Center. And I was starting to feel antsy, nervous, depressed. And I concluded with my therapist that my role as a professor and my role as a mentor and those students, that was what was grounding me. That I would have a hard time letting go of that class, letting go of my students, saying goodbye to those specific students, because I know I'll never forget those students. In my career of teaching several decades, I will always remember them because we share that experience. And I'm sure that if there's a professor in their lives that they will remember is me, because we went through that tragedy together. So the semester ended, and the last day of class, many of them asked me if they could hug me, and we did. Just like when we started again classes in February 20th, a week after the tragedy, when MSU reopened, one of the first things the kids did was when I walked in the classroom, they stood up, came towards me and hugged me. So there was that need for that ground, for that point of reference, for a sense of stability. When the semester was over, though, and my fears about, saying goodbye to those kids, first of all, I collapsed. I was physically exhausted. I realized that I was running on fumes since the tragedy. And when my body finally realized I had turned my grades in, then I physically felt the exhaustion. And I did for quite some time.